it's Di from my Enchanted Journals. Today I'm making a cover for a Halloween journal and it's going to have a really scary dolly inside in a coffin. Come with me, let's see how we go. Good morning. So as we're getting closer to Halloween, I thought we would make a creepy dolly that goes inside a coffin that goes on top of your journal. Just any old book, but I got one that had a black cover because I thought it was more fitting for the Halloween theme. And a little dolly. She's a little bit creepy, but you can pick them up anywhere, secondhand shop. And I've started to dismantle her, so don't worry about her hair. And just a coffee box that will be approximately 3 inches wide by 6 inches long. So I started dismantling the dolly already, and that's before I took the photograph. So I thought I would, she was quite pristine actually, and yesterday I coffee dyed her as well. So I've pulled her hair off and her hat, and then she starts to look creepy straight away, look. So that's fine. And then we've got our coffee pods box, which opens up, which is going to be super cool for the coffin that goes on the front. All right, so first thing we're going to do is to have to cover our coffee box. So, okay, so I've chosen like just a newspapery kind of 12 by 12. Have it so that it is on its side like this. And you've got enough to go up the side of the box like this. And then fold it around. So we need to just get our glue and fold it around, and it comes over, and then we're going to cut down here and here so that it comes right over and covers the whole of the lid. Now the inside of the box is really good because it's already black, so we don't have to do a lot there, but I've got something that I'm going to put in there to make it sort of look more creepier. So let me just do this off camera. So of course, just quickly, I'm going to use trusty Liquitex and a brush. We need to put plenty on here. This is the start. This is where the box, you're going to start and fold it over. Put plenty on because we want it to stay there. Get it covered so that you're covering over the coffee box. Now remember, when you're coming around here, you don't want to stick the lid down, which you could easily do thinking it's like a gift, but it's not. That lid's got to stay up. Now the inside of the box is black, so you don't really need to bring the paper around because you kind of want a black inside of the box for the coffin look. So I'm just cutting down into the corners here and along here, which is right on the edge of the box lid, and the same here. So right down the edge of the box lid. And that allows our lid to go up and down. And we're going to have to put some along here as well to cover the coffee over. So I'm just going to carry on with that, and then I'll be back to show you how it's finished. The box is now a coffin, and it opens up, and it's going to look really creepy. But I really like the picture because it's got witches on it. So I found that yesterday. So what I'm going to do is just rip this around and just see what I think it would look like on the front of the cover. So that's the black and white picture now. And what do we think? Do we think that could be used for the top of a coffin on a Halloween journal? I think it looks pretty good. Also got some, I picked it up yesterday in the supermarket. It's used for decorations during Halloween. I think it's just like a cheesecloth, but it's black, and you can use it like spider web or whatever. So that would look really cool on here as well. So I'm going to get a bit of that on there as well. I've got this distress ink. It's just whatever I had. It's called tea dye. I guess we've all got our favourites, but I really like this one. So we're just going to grunge up. See, just around the edges. Just give it, especially on the creases. You get the idea. It's just cut some off today. So you can have as little or as much as you want. You can leave some of the underneath showing so that you can see the the print, yeah, it's really up to you. You can see if we're going to add a picture of our witches or what we're going to do. So, yeah, let's just start with that now. This stuff's great. Sticks anything down. And then stick our black fabric all over the lid like that, just so the lid can still open. All right, so what do we think? Maybe not wrap it around, maybe take it off here. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then ink is great, makes everything look old and aged and takes that newness off of a photo or a picture that you don't really want. Fold it, add a little bit of more grunge in the middle. When I stick it down, I'll move the paper so that it sort of sits rippled a bit more, scrunched up. We could you know, scrunch it up like this. There, see? It just looks a little bit better like that. So let's get that stuck down too. Now the beauty of matte medium is when you're using it, you can actually scrunch your papers as well and they'll set like that. So it gives your, whatever you're making, a little bit of 3D, which is really good. Get that stuck on. Okay, so now it's all dry. Can we see? Looks pretty good. And we just open the flap up. And that's where we're going to put our dolly in the coffin. All right, let's put this to one side. Now, before I do, I was also thinking maybe I'll put some buttons on. You can do anything you like, really, and just add to it. I thought the orange is nice to go pumpkin colour. Now we're going to work on our dolly. I'll just bring you down a little bit closer. She's pretty scary, and she's got a hole in the top of her head now. So let's see how we can kind of make her a little bit scarier. Let's see what we can do with her eyes. Add a little bit of black paint or something and make her a little bit more scary looking. Let's see what we can find. All right, so I've just grabbed some paints. I'm probably going to use the black here. So let's just see what happens when I put a little bit of black onto her face. I think it would have to be sort of fairly dry, but let's just see what we can do here. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I was thinking maybe I would have to use a permanent liner, but let's just see if we can make her eyes a bit darker. All right, and add a little bit of that black to her clothing as well. Poor dolly. Just makes her eyes a little bit darker. She looks even scarier. Look at her hair. Oh my goodness. Or what she's got left of it. A little bit scarier than she already did. All right, so she looks a little bit scary. But you get the idea. You could do it with anything you like. Maybe a scar up here. Maybe we can draw her a bit of a scar. Let's see how we go. Poor dolly. But yeah, she's looking pretty beat up. So we can put her into our coffin. So I'm just going to let that dry and see if I need to add anything else. So I'll just let that dry for a few minutes and then we'll add her to the coffin on the front of our journal and do a final little show and tell and see what we think. Okay, so I've added some buttons just to add that little bit of orange for the pumpkins. All right, so Now, I mean, you could add spiders or whatever you wanted to add. So now we've got to get our dolly and put her into here. But before we do that, we need to attach this whole thing to our front cover. I've pulled it apart. That's the inside of the book. So this is the cover. So I've got two of those, obviously. One's the top and one's the bottom. And they will sit like this. These are my journal pages. Yeah. All ready to go. So I need to attach my front covers. This will have a pamphlet stitch in it. Attach my front covers, and then I need to attach this to here. So I need to do this first and make sure that that's where I need it to be on my cover, and then I'll attach it around the side. So I'm going to attach my coffin, as it were, to my front cover first. So I'm just going to use an awl and make the holes where I want them and then attach it on. So I'm just going to grab my awl. Okay, so I've got my awl. It's only a little one, but it does the job. I use it for everything to do with my journaling. So I'm just going to make a hole here and put it through. And so it shows through on the cover, and then a hole here. So it goes through and shows on my cover. Just take them off. You can see the holes there. Just make it a little bit bigger. And this one a little bit bigger. And then all I've got to do now is just grab some fixings and put them together so that that will stay on there like that. So I'm going to go and get the fixings, and I'll be right back and show you how that looks. And that's all done and attached. So I just use these, you know, these split pin brads. I think I got them off Amazon, can't remember. But yeah, so now this is attached with those little brads. Can you see those in there? Light, maybe there. Anyway, if you look on the other side, you can see here they're attached. And you can just cover those later on with a bit of tape or whatever you're going to use for your inside cover. So that now is secure on there, and we're ready to finish up. And we've got our little scary dolly to go in there. And her eyes turned out okay. She does look scary though. Right, so let's pop her in there. Be cute. So now what we will do is attach, and I'll do it off camera because it probably take too long, but that will go on there, and then my underneath cover will go on there like that. And you could put anything in there, but yeah, and choose any kind of cover, any kind of picture to put on there. Some other pumpkins. You could have, you know, other things along here. You could choose something different to put inside. But yeah, so a little creepy dolly in there, like that. And then we just close it up. Like that. Now I've got a couple of little tags here, maybe something like this here, and the word stupendous there. That would look quite cute. And then we just have to attach the cover. So I'm going to go off camera and attach the cover, then I'm going to come back and do a walkthrough. Okay, there we have it. I've attached the hinges, added a couple more buttons, which I think looks really cute. So we've got the front cover, and we've got the back cover where the hinges are attached. And we lay it down, and we've got our coffin that we made for on top out of the coffee box. We open it up, and we've got our scary little dolly inside, or whatever you wanted to put inside. And we shut it back up again there. We've added a little label here, fun times, and stupendous down here. And we've got a little bit more of the netting that goes around the cover. And yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. So that's our Halloween journal with our scary dolly on top in her coffin. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time, and I hope it's given you a little bit of inspiration so that you can get on and make yourself a Halloween journal as well, and record all your happy memories of the occasion. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.